Away from that, we have news coming in from the city of Pune then. Pune's civic body, the Pune Municipal Corporation of the PMC, is the most bankable one across the country. Now, the Urban Development Ministry has given it a AA credit rating. That's right, Pune is followed by the New Delhi Municipal Corporation, or the NDMC. So it's PMC number 1, followed by number 2, NDMC. And at number 3 is Ahmedabad civic body, and both number 2 and number 3 have been rated as AA minus by the Urban Development Ministry. Now, this is a credit rating system that is set to help civic bodies across the country float municipal bonds and raise funds for themselves, and it's a crucial aspect of infrastructure development across the big cities in the country. In fact, the Urban Development Ministry has already given 12 cities their credit ratings, of which Pune Municipal Corporation is right on top, followed by New Delhi Municipal Corporation and, of course, Ahmedabad. So that's the list that is running to the side of me as well. As per our sources in the Urban Development Ministry, by the end of March 2017, that is, 85 cities will get their credit ratings. Now, the big question is, of course, for more on that, we'll be joined. We have Ashok Dattari joining us on the phone line for more on that. Dattari, thank you so much for joining us. Pune has got AA rating. Delhi and Ahmedabad have settled for A-. Tell us, what do these ratings mean and how are these ratings given? Mr. Dattari, if you can hear me, talk to us about the ratings. What is the basis of these ratings? What do these ratings mean and how are these ratings being given?
I think these ratings are primarily meant for the capability of the cities to borrow money, and in terms of their likely performance in terms of repayment, or generally what any kind of corporate would have its rating in terms of its ability to repay or willingness to repay or whatever. Basically, whether the financer is order. So it has nothing to do with the kind of city or the kind of people. It is simply a part of the municipal finances. What is the state of municipal finances? How much, whether they have borrowed so much money or they are not? Are they, what kind of a performance they have in terms of collecting taxes? How they spend their money? And these are the kind of criteria normally are used for credit rating. In India, we don't have much municipal borrowing. It's a very large source in the United States. But perhaps India also should allow the cities to encourage cities to borrow money for capital projects. And for that purpose, this kind of ratings are useful.
Mr. Dattari, no, this is set to enable cities to raise municipal bonds for all their own funding requirements. Yeah. Do you see this as something that will attract investor interest where these municipal bonds were to come out?
Well, this should be a good kind of a instrument. And municipalities, that would also put municipalities in good, they should improve their accounting system, they should improve their overall collection of taxes, systems and governance. So in that case, I think this rating should obviously encourage the various municipalities to go towards better rating as companies try to improve their rating the same way.
And also, more importantly, tell us how will this, rating system impact the accountability of civic bodies in the country? Will this change the way municipalities function?
Yeah. People would demand from their municipality that they must have good rating. Today, we have, as a citizen, we have only right to information, to ask information. But rating agencies are much more demanding, and they would definitely demand a variety of things. It is not just whether you are having a surplus or whether you have got level of borrowing. Of course, they are very important in terms of their own kind of resources plus borrowing. Now, in case of, for example, Mumbai is one of the few cities in the world, perhaps, it has almost zero borrowing, not almost zero borrowing altogether, which to me is, in different ways, is not a good idea. That means it is not doing enough to raise the money, which can easily, Mumbai would have got a very easy rating because it has zero borrowing altogether, Whereas some of the cities may be having borrowed heavily, but depends on how they use their funds. So it might not be a bad idea to borrow and use the funds better, rather than just not to borrow anything and leave the city dirty or useless.
All right, Mr. Ashok Dattari, we will let it go at that. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Moving on.
You can watch live TV on our website, mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.